We welcome you to Lesson 139 at Namas University, Earth's Spiritual University, the place and community that helps you grow into fully soul-guided people in order to achieve your soul mission during this incarnation, in accordance with the up-to-date divine plan. We are the united heart, voice and mind of your friends and brothers, Lord Buddha, God Shiva, and YESHUA, whom you may know as Jesus. We stand together in unity and harmony, speaking in group consciousness with one voice. Since Earth's shift to and through the fifth dimension, you are no longer observers of events, but rather you are meant to be active participants and actively moving towards living in unity consciousness. For our series of lessons, we are tasked with teaching what Earth's humans need for a future speaking with one voice. For today's lesson, Lesson 139, we explain a metaphor which we will return to frequently. The sack of snakes metaphor contains 3 snakes, each one a powerful block. There is the block of ego, the block of emotion, and the block of false belief systems. These are the 3 snakes in the sack. Each one individually act as a major block to human beings from living in unity consciousness. We are using a metaphor that many of you will misunderstand. We thought it was perfectly obvious to us here. We now know there needs to be just a little clarification. The snake has one job. It moves energy across the face of the earth. The length of this creature is necessary for this particular work. The longer the nature creature, the more energy points it can hold in its body. Look at the shape of animals in a different way now, with your inner sight. You will see clearly why they hold such shape. The snake, although many of you are repulsed or frightened by this creature, is sparkling with energy points all along its body. The longer the body, the more chakra points, as you sometimes call them. If you are under some misunderstanding that the snake has no vertebra, then let's clarify. The snake has bones in the skull, vertebrae, and ribs. Without this knowledge, you will find it difficult to comprehend the snake having any energy points at all. We understand this confusion now. The vertebral column is very long, as we explained. Now look again with different eyes, exactly as you would at a portal painting. Now, why are you repulsed by this creature? May we kindly suggest that the serpent has been vilified to suit the purpose of misdirection. Those who know, those who dance with snakes, or the authentic snake charmer, they knew. They knew the properties of the snake, the divine work they do. They didn't worship the serpent. They honoured the work of the being. Again, please look at how the image of the serpent has been corrupted. It seems as though our job is first to highlight corrupted systems and beliefs before we can begin our teaching proper. However, as time is of the essence, we shall combine both. Who do you think would want such a being with unfiltered, raw, pure energy on their side? We'll leave that with you. Oh, in case you didn't work it out, the snake has not been corrupted. Your imagination, your thoughts, and beliefs of the being have. Can we please return to before the infestation of corruption and look upon this magical creature as a sparkling being of light? Please do not keep these beings as household pets. They are not your companion. We understand your fascination, even if you don't wholly understand your attraction to them. One is drawn to the snake either because you feel the spark of clear energy or for a darker reason. Unfortunately, the latter is more likely. Some may feel drawn to the temptation of the dark or an enticement to subculture and deviance through the snake as such a symbol. Our poor snakes. Keeping any wild animal caged under domesticity is a holy crime. Only humans do this, as they don't understand that these animals have their own plan to follow. They belong in soul groups to get the work done, and you remove them one by one. We just cannot express how awful this is. There are those kind souls who help and heal their animal friends. Of course we do not include them here. You have seen the video footage of wild animals approaching their human carer to thank them later when babies have been saved. A mother will approach the human carer to thank them. Doesn't that speak to you? Doesn't that tell you what is going on here? We are all supposed to work together. After we have cleared the corrupted belief systems, and we shall, the lion will lie with the lamb, and that is no metaphor. This is New Earth. And yes, we know this is a compression of the original scripture as written. The alliteration in English here is beautiful. Everyone can imagine the strength and power of the lion beside a newborn, helpless lamb. The image is on point, and the meaning has not been corrupted. But we will go into more depth on the topic of corruption soon. Now that we have recognized the majesty of the snake and its purpose, we return to the cruelty of keeping them in a sack. Yes, of course they may need to be moved from one place to another. Conveying snakes in a sack must be done as quickly as possible, as it creates such confusion and fear within their being. Their one job is to feel the ground under their belly. They move with grace and a little attitude. They move energy around. They share the energy with trees and grassland. When there is no ground underneath them, they panic, as this is not a natural state for them, like you jumping out an aeroplane. As you prefer to feel your feet on the ground, the snake must have its underside in contact with something. Therefore, in a sack, they wind around each other. When you look inside this sack, you see panic and confusion. Of course it looks awful. If you have the slightest intuition working, you sense something is off, and you blame the poor snake as morally bad. As you look in the sack, you cannot discern how many snakes there are in there. You cannot discern which end is the head or tail, as they are so tightly wound in a ball. This is the sack of snakes metaphor we are using. Use this metaphor to look inside yourself as you attempt to self-reflect. Within you, you cannot always distinguish which corruption or shadow is ego or an inherited corrupted belief system, and then your emotions make an appearance and you run for the hills, you stop looking, you leave it for another day because it's just a mess in there. Just like that knot of snakes in a sack. When you look in the sack, you do not see a knot of magical creatures removed from their natural surroundings. In the same way, you do not look inside yourself and recognize what your ego and emotion mix is doing to you. Then add corrupted belief systems. Round and round you go in a loop. You do not understand where to begin. If you don't know, let us tell you. You cannot unravel a knot of snakes by hand. You cannot force them apart, as we will not force you to change anything about yourself. So please do not panic. Do we hear a collective sigh of relief? With the knot of snakes, you must put the knotted ball on the ground, and the snakes use their senses to feel the ground under them, and they unravel themselves. They can continue to fulfill their contract, their life purpose. They do this themselves. The metaphor refers to the snakes in a sack, which we then lay on the ground and give each one a name. We say to you, here, have a look at this. This is what your ego does to you. We name it. We show you that it isn't scary. We show you that such behavior can be challenged and that you can become your own master. We will do the same for the snake of your corrupted belief systems. And again, with your emotional instability. It is our wish to give your fears a name, as it is human nature to not fear something which is understood and has been named. This is why we say that this is not so much a metaphor as a lesson from nature. Your indigenous have those memories. They remember such skill. In the West, you have been subjected to double down programming. We cannot blame you for having lost these gifts, which the indigenous hold. We are not here to teach the indigenous. We are here for you. We understand the corruption. We are here to set things straight. When you are feeling despondent in your unhappy times, please reach out to us. Hold out your hand. Ask for us to be there. You must make the first move, as this demonstrates your true intention. We shall hear your call and be assured we will respond with a loving hug. If you expect, or indeed insist on, dialogue with us, or your guides, assistants, and teachers, please remember that first you must be soul connected, as this compels pure, uncorrupted signal. This, amongst other modalities, is what you learn at Namas University. Here you will find a course available entitled Achieve Soul Connection by Dr. Martina Violetta Jung. Work through the steps diligently. Use a diary, journal, or notebook expressly for this learning. This is the work. We leave you now until our next lesson. In our next lesson, lesson 140, we shall discuss the topic of forgiveness and how the misunderstandings here have become a major block to living in unity consciousness. We are here to assist you on your journey to a full and stable soul connection. We love you. We bow to you. We are your loving brothers in friendship. Lord Buddha, YESHUA, whom you may know as Jesus, and God Shiva, standing in unity, with one mind, heart, and voice, in unity consciousness, we shall return. This message was received by Susan Jack and spoken by her.